really watching the bike. But see how close he is to the white line? He's about to come over the white line. So I'm gonna make sure I stay in position 1. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Sliding on Twoz video. Hey, if you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you've been here before, welcome back. Hey, I don't know if you saw the last video I did where I was helping my friend G in the parking lot. He's still in the parking lot. He wanted to see what it was like to ride on the street, and I did a video, and I'll put it at the end of the video. Make sure you go and watch. So today I'm gonna ride again. He said, okay, well, what is it like on the freeway? So I thought, I bought a new mic. I wanted to do a mic check, so I just took a quick ride, not far from home, pick up a computer. So I tried a new mic on with a half helmet, and I rode on the freeway and I was talking. Hey, I'm not the professional here. I'm just helping out a friend. If you want some continuous training, you can go see guys like MC Rider, Moto Jitsu, or even Robert Simmons, and you can get thousands of hours of continuous training. I'm just helping out a friend. It's kind of fun to do. He can get some pointers out of it and understand what I'm saying. And even when I get back home and look at it, I get pointers too. So if you can get one thing that'll help save your life, it'll be worth it. I try not to make it boring, but I just think it's very educational. So if you get one thing out of it, it was worth it. Hey, so let's do it.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never.
Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2, 3. Test, test, test. Hey, I'm just testing out a mic, but I don't expect it to work well because I'm doing it with a half helmet. I want to see how much noise reduction I can get rid of in a half helmet. Normally I would wear my full helmet, but I'm going to actually wear my half helmet. Probably going to be a lot of noise, so let's see. This is a test. I'm not really expecting for it to work. Especially with all this open wind noise. I just want to see if it'll get anything. I may be getting a little better reception now that I stopped. I have the mic right at my mouth, so it looks like it's gonna be okay. Well, at least when I stop. When I ride, I'm not so sure. I'm gonna have to go with a full face helmet, but I just wanted to check it out and see if it halfway worked. So this is just a test. Because now I'm rolling. Can you hear it? What it sounds like? Test 1, 2. Test 1, 2. So hopefully I don't lose my dead cat. So just in case it worked, I'm just doing a casual ride. I'm actually going to the computer repair place. To pick up my laptop, I put a faster hard drive and processor in it because it was just taking too long to do my edits. I just got tired of waiting for it to render. But as I ride, we're just going to talk about, just normal riding. So if you haven't got your MFS license yet or taking the class to get your license, I say go in the parking lot and just practice. You know, you want to practice right, left turn, turn from a stop, weaving, and definitely emergency braking. You know, you could even practice your U-turns. But the most important thing is to understand clutch and throttle. Because if you don't understand your clutch and throttle, you're not going to make it through the class. Because they don't teach you how to work your clutch and throttle. They just say, here's the exercise, go do it. You know, I don't even remember them telling me where the clutch was. They assumed you knew that. So they're not there to teach you how to ride. Their job is to, you know, guide you through the exercises and see how well you're doing. So if you go up there ready, you won't have to get ready. So I would say stand in that parking lot and practice. Understanding that friction zone. Understanding how to work your front brake, your rear brake. And you're going to mostly be doing things under 15 miles an hour. I think I got up to 21 time for emergency braking. But I had been riding for about maybe 2 months before I went and took the class. And only because I was waiting on an opening at the Harley dealership. So I took the class, but they didn't teach you any how to work the brake. They didn't teach you how to work the clutch. They didn't teach you about the friction zone. So I recommend that you know all that. I have a friend that's practicing in the parking lot right now. I'm gonna go meet up with him later today, and we're just gonna do some exercise. I have my orange cones with me. We're just gonna do some exercise in the parking lot. Now he's ready to, in his mind, he think, you know, he can go out in the street. I'm like, look, dude, you don't even have your license yet. You shouldn't be trying to go in the street. You know, I say just keep practicing in that parking lot until you get some confidence, and then maybe go on some side streets in your neighborhood. Don't get on the main road. So I wanted to show him in that MFS class that you don't have to deal with traffic. You don't have to deal with people turning in front of you. You don't have to deal with a lot of things. You don't get over 15 miles an hour. But once you get out here on these streets, you got cars flying by you, and you have to know how to maneuver that traffic. You have to keep your head on the swivel. So as we ride, I just want you to just watch the cars in front of me. Try to look way ahead. Look to my left and my right, see what's coming. See the cars turning left. See the cars on the right hand when they get ready to turn right. You have to watch all them cars. And what I do is I watch their tires. If they tires moving at all, I'm getting out of the way. I'm changing lanes. I'm always covering my front brake, which means my right hand, I always have a finger on the brake. And if I'm approaching an intersection, I'm gonna give it about, 3 to 5% brake, so I can go ahead and load the front tire in case I have to squeeze more. And that's one thing you don't do. You do not grab that front brake. So it's always good for you to have some, 3 to 5% pressure on it. So if you ever have to stop, you've already collapsed that front end. You have more contact patch on the ground, and then you can start squeezing. And you never squeeze 100%. No, because if you're already on 3%, just enough to make your brake light come on, then you squeeze 10%, 15%, 20%, 30%. Now once you get, you never, even at 30%, you don't go to 100. You squeeze. Now you can squeeze to 100. Squeeze at 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. But never grab, never snatch. And see, it's cars all around me. And they don't, a lot of times they don't even see you. And even if they see you, they don't care. They just want to get around you. So you have to always have the mindset, see the car coming out, see the truck gonna turn left in front of me, my finger is on that brake. And I'm watching the tires. So you just always have to be diligent. And like I was saying, you always have to make yourself visible, because you are really invisible to them. They're not looking for you, they're looking for big cars. So you have to put yourself in a position where people can see you. And when you're riding a motorcycle, you actually have 3 lanes you can deal with. Where I am now, close to the left, that's position 1. Watch that car, see it coming out, watch it, watch it, watch it. My hand is on my brake. Alright. So that's what you gotta watch. You can't just ride all willy-nilly. So, right now I'm driving in position 1. Where if that truck in front of me wanted to get over to the right, he could see me. Now, in the middle here, and we rarely ride in the middle because we don't want to be directly behind the car so we can have an escape route. Now, in order for this little car to see me, you want to be in position 3. That way, when you look in his mirror, he can see you. And you want to give him room to come over if that's what he wanted to do. So it's a car approaching me fast from behind. I see him and I know he see me. He's probably watching the bike. And that's one of the things you have to watch out. People trying to drive and watch your bike at the same time. So you got to be diligent. Like I'm gonna have to get some gas pretty soon. I never try to ride even with a car. I either give them room in front of me or I get on in front of them. You always want to make yourself visible. Just assume 2 things when you're riding a bike. And see how I'm stopping? I'm not stopping in the middle. I'm stopping in position 3, where if something's going on behind me, the car don't want to stop, I have that middle lane to run to. I saw the popo there and we made an illegal turn. So the 2 things that you always assume that they can't see you, and assume that they're going to do something unexpected, like come in front of you. So you assume those 2 things, put yourself in a position where they can see you. People say loud pipes save lives. Well, that might be true somewhat, but if they don't know where the noise coming from, they can't see you, they looking around, then they're not paying attention to what they're doing. So I'd rather put myself in a position where I can see what's going on and I have enough time to react to what's going on. put yourself in a position where they can see you. And always expect that they're going to do something unexpected. Like, they might just stop for no apparent reason. Something might spook them that you don't see and they just slam on their brakes. So that's why you don't tailgate. You want to give yourself enough room so you have time to react. Is actually easier than riding on the street. I mean, cars are going fast on the freeway, but so are you. All y'all going in the same direction. Nobody's crossing in front of you, making left or right turns in front of you. Everybody's going in the same direction. You still have to be vigilant. Choose your lane position wisely. Make sure you're seen. So it's the same principal route. Now I have 3 positions. I want to ride in position 3 right now, but that line is there. Now I can go over and do that. But this car is probably coming on the freeway, so I'm going to go back close to the center. Nothing behind me, so I'm going to go position 1. Get that car plenty of room to get over, whether he see me or not. He may just come over 3 lanes. So you really have to watch that. So I say riding on the freeway is a lot easier than riding on the street. But the same rules apply. You know, you on the street or on the freeway, you want to make sure you always use the signal lights. And on most bikes, they cancel automatically, but on my bike, they do not cancel automatically. So I have to always look down to see if I remember to turn them off. Feeder roads and all intersections, you have to be diligent. I try not to ride in the far right lane. Because cars are coming out of the hotels and out of the businesses, and they may not see you. You see the car on the right getting ready to come out? I'm watching his tires, make sure he's not moving. And I'm gonna ride in position 3, so this vehicle can see me. See, hitting on his brakes, he's going to the right. But just because he's going to the right, you still have to assume he might jump back over to the left. He may decide, oh, that's not the way I should go, and he jump back over. So you always have to be diligent. I'm gonna ride in position 3 because there's a car on my left. Look, he's flying. If he hits you, you need it. So he's flying obsessively. white line. He's about to come over the white line. So I'm gonna make sure I stay in position 1. And I'm gonna let him go ahead and go. He passed by me, but they can forget that you're there. See the car coming over, so I'm gonna go a little fast. Now he's going slow. He was watching the fight. So I have the ability to go ahead and get out of the way. You're in the MFS class, you're not going faster than 10, 15 miles an hour. And I didn't learn this to probably after the class. I was doing it and didn't know it. Counter steering. You can counter steer and don't know you counter steering. If you try to turn this motorcycle at 15 miles an hour, you just turn the wheels and the wheels will turn. If you're going, say 20 or higher, 30, 40, 50, you cannot turn the handlebars. It doesn't work. If you want to go right, you have to push right. You want to go left, you have to push left. You cannot turn, the wind forces are on you. If you're below 15 miles an hour, you can turn the handlebars like I just did. But once I get to 20 and above, like I am now, I'm almost at 30. Watch the car to the left and to your right. Watch their tires, see what they're doing. I'm at 40 miles an hour now and I cannot turn this motorcycle like that. If I want to go left, I have to push on the left handlebar and it'll go left. If I want to go right, I have to push on the right handlebars and it'll go right. That's called counter steering. A lot of people do it and they unconsciously do it. They don't know that that's what they're doing. Pushing down, the bike don't turn. You can lean, you still counter steering. Because when your body lean, your arm lean. So if you want to go left, you can push left, or you can pull right, and it's gonna go left. If you want to go right, you can push right, or you can pull left. So they didn't teach us that in the MFS class, so I struggled. I did really good. I mean, I passed the class, didn't have any problem, scored really well. But had I known some of these tips, and that's why I'm encouraging you, if you're in the parking lot, stay in the parking lot before you get your MFS class and get some of these things down. See, had I known counter steering, I would have made some of those turns better. And I knew clutch and throttle. Well, I wasn't an expert at it, but enough to do okay, because they don't explain to you what clutch and throttle is, and you have to know that. See, these intersections you have to watch. You have to be very diligent. they don't explain to you what the friction zone is and how it works. So if you go in that MFS class and you don't understand, now I made it without understanding counter steering, but I wouldn't have made it without understanding the friction zone. Brakes are easy, you know, you hit the brakes, you stop. And then you have to balance that bike. But the class would have been so much easier for me. While I'm braking, I'm blinking my light. Let them know I'm turning. I'm gonna see if I can navigate through this without stopping and getting directions. Because I don't know exactly where his house is here. I still should be recording. So I'm in first. Look both ways. And stop sign coming up, so I'm just gonna cruise and stay in first. Now I'll go to second. Back down a second. That's called engine braking. Now if I don't stop, I can stay in second, but if I stop, I have to go to first. So. And I don't go by the gauge, but first is at 0 miles per hour. Second is about 20. Third is about 30. Fourth is about 40 miles per hour. But you can hear it, so you don't really have to look. Taking off in first. Going to second. I'm about 20 miles an hour. Third, about 30 miles an hour. Coming back up to a stop sign. So I'm gonna go ahead and go down to second. I'm gonna make a complete stop since I'm showing you how to do it right. Make sure I'm in first. Going up to 20, second. Now I'm gonna stay in second because I'm slowing down. Speed up to 30, I'm going to third. This time I'm just gonna hold my clutch in and bring it down about second. That way I'm turning in second. Third gear. Now, fourth gear. You know, if that helps you, I go by the sound. Watch the tires. Watch, see he's moving. Watch him. Watch this car making a left. Gotta watch them all the way through. Two cars, that's a dangerous situation. One want to go straight, one want to turn right. You got to really watch them. See the car coming up? You have to watch everything. See the car, notice the car going to make a left in front of me. See he's still moving. Then you got a car over here on the right. Watch his tires. See it's moving a little bit, but okay. You have to be vigilant. You really have to watch. I'm going to stop over here in the shade. I'm going to make a right, so I have my right turn signal on. See, my gas light just came on, so I should still be able to make it to Exxon. Usually I only put Exxon in here. Second to turn. I try to stick with one. Try to stick with one type of gasoline. Now I'll take anything if before I have to push it, but watch it. But I cancel my signal light. But I'm gonna try to make it to the Exxon, and I only use Super or Supreme. I mean, it's only a 5-gallon tank, so to fill it up is about $12. So I might as well put Super in it. Now there's Chevron. If I just really want to put some gas in there. See, watching. And I think I'm gonna go to this Chevron. I just don't want to take the chance and run out of gas. I'm on my brake, U-turning. It's usually easier to slow down with your back brake when you're going pretty slow. That's out of service. So right now I don't have much choice. I'm gonna have to use Chevron with Techron. I think Chevron and Exxon is pretty much the same product. I need to be on the opposite side. Neutral, kickstand, I'm still holding. Even though I'm in neutral, I'm still holding the clutch because I just get used to doing that. I can turn them off now. So I had this thing rigged up to ride with my half helmet. I never tried it with the half helmet, so it may not be as clear as it should be, but I just wanted to see if it would even work. I'm actually checking out the media mod. No brake, just clutch. No front brake, no back brake. I just controlled the turn, slowed it down with the clutch. I'm just gonna hold the clutch in and go all the way down to first, but you got to keep the clutch held in. It's always better to stay in first gear and be ready to pull off, because if you stall, the vehicle behind you don't realize you're stalling and run right into the back of you. So I've stalled a couple of times when I first started riding till I got the hang of it. But I've been pretty blessed and lucky that nobody ran into the back of it. So usually when I'm in the front like this, or either anywhere, I try to stay in first gear. Every now and then, like I know this car has stopped behind me, I can put it in neutral, but I got to get back in first gear really fast once the light changes, because he's not gonna wait. The truck behind me, all he gonna do is see the light is green, and he gonna go, whether I go or not. So you don't want to stall, and you don't want to just be sitting there, be a target sitting duck. So you could always load it. And so when you take off, you're going. You're not gonna stall. The only way you're gonna stall if you're letting off the clutch too much and you're not giving enough gas. But if you go ahead and give it some gas, I don't know if you can hear it, and I let off clutch for the friction zone, it's ready to go. So you just got to give it enough gas. Your clutch and friction zone is controlling it. It can make all the noise, but it can't go any faster than you let off on your clutch, and you should be doing that smoothly anyway, but you got to give it enough gas or it will stall. I'll tell you, the only thing I wish this thing had is AC. I guess I might as well get in the car if I want AC, huh? That's why I try to ride early morning or late afternoon. Try to keep myself away from cars as much as possible. Stay away from everybody. I got enough power and takeoff speed to get away from everybody. But man, you really have to be diligent and watch people. He may have wanted to get over, and he not slowing down. He got the green light. He flying. I had to get out of his way. Man, this ice cold water tastes really refreshing and cooling me down. This I think Family Dollar mug, they're really good. I've had some other Family Dollar mugs that was no good, but this one really holds your ice. Once you put some ice in there and let it go overnight, it'll last a couple of hours. So I'll drink the water 3 or 4 times before, and just keep adding water, and the ice stays there. He doing? Why I'm on my brakes because the light green. I don't know what he doing. Might try to U-turn. Signal off. Cars coming across right here. I'm covering my front brake, slowing down. All right. You can't just assume they're going to sit there and let you pass, because they might be on their phone texting, having a conversation with their passenger on the phone, and just glance over and don't see you.